Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Treadmill Treats vlog. I'm Francesca. Today I'm here to talk to you about my newly released book, The Blessing in Disguise, which you can get a copy on my website at www.treadmilltreats.com, also on Amazon.com, and there's also a Kindle version available. I wanted to let you know why I wrote this book. I was an only child and I had an idyllic childhood growing up. I met my first love at 13 and we had a wonderful relationship all through high school. But at the age of 15, my world fell apart. My mom had got cancer in July. My dad passed away in September. I was raped in October, and I had to endure a horrible abortion in December. This was all as I was turning 16. In January, I didn't want to live anymore, and so I tried to commit suicide. After all of this was done, my mom said to me, this is over, forget it ever happened, put it behind you, and we're never gonna speak of this again. You know, years ago, you didn't talk about your feelings. There was no Oprah or Dr. Phil, and you know, people didn't just talk about stuff. You know, you kind of sucked it up, you put your big girl panties on, and you went on with your life, and you never talked about stuff. And so I tried to do that, except the hurt and pain I was feeling, there was no way that I could keep it inside. And so I drank, and I started to do drugs. And I alienated everybody around me because the only thing that made me feel good was this fake world of being high. For years, I endured horrible drug addiction. And it wasn't until an 8-day coke binge that I found myself on the floor with my face stuck to some throw up on this carpet. And I woke up thinking, okay, this is it. You have two choices to make. You could either go down this road and die, or you could change your life and do the right thing. And so I decided to do the right thing. And I got help for my addiction. I thought my life was going wonderful. And I met a man that I had fell in love with and married, and thought this was my fairy tale wedding and this was it. This was the life I always wanted to lead, until I found out that he was controlling, manipulative, verbally abusive. And this lasted 24 years of our marriage. I stayed because I had two beautiful girls that I loved more than life itself. And I was afraid. I was afraid he was going to take them away. I was afraid I couldn't make it. I know there's so many women out there today that are watching this that are in that position, that they feel like they can't make it. How are they going to make it? He had told me over and over again I was stupid. I would never be anything without him. I would never get anywhere without him. He was the breadwinner. I was nothing. And you know, I believed it. So many women believe that. And so for years I stood. I lived a horrible life. I was miserable, and I hated myself and my life and who I'd become. My world changed when my mom passed away. I realized then life was too short, and I had to change my life. I was going to die, and die this miserable life. All these years I wanted to live, and so I walked out on faith. I had no job. I didn't care. I didn't care. I took nothing. It didn't matter. I wanted to be free, and all that mattered was my freedom. And so I walked out on faith and I started over. I wrote this book in hopes to help other people out there. People that don't believe that they can do it, that have no faith, that think they're stuck. They think they hit rock bottom and they can't get back up. So I hope that you will go with me on this journey of life, of my ups and downs and my triumphs and tragedies. And get my book. Give it to somebody that you know that you could bless with and that they might need it to help them get through their tough times. I really thank you for joining me today. I hope you get my book. Again, it's on my website, www.treadmilltreats.com. It's on Amazon.com, and there's a Kindle version as well. Thank you so much for tuning in to Treadmill Treats.